Polk County, and today I want to present you what a vertical farming is. With the increase of population, demand for food has never been higher. Unfortunately, as an effect of the increase of population, we have an increase in urbanization, meaning the loss of agricultural land. One of the solutions farmers have found is the use of vertical farming. Vertical farming can be defined as the practice of growing crops upward in stacked layers. Indoor, vertical farming especially has gained global popularity over years and is considered one of the most revolutionary technologies of producing crops without natural interference like soil, sunlight, rainfall, and wind. Also, producing crops vertically will save space, which makes vertical farming ideal in urban areas. Vertical farming brings some advantages like more crops per acre, in some cases less water usage, the ability of using renewable energies more efficient, and the ability of minimizing soil-borne diseases, nematodes, and weeds. And in the case of indoor vertical farming, provides a controlled environment. Some of the disadvantages of vertical farming are the startup cost and the limitation of available crops we can use, such as lettuce, tomatoes, peppers, strawberries, and other small plants. For example, crops like corn, soybeans, and rice are not suitable to grow in a vertical system with the current technology. Homeowners can use this technology to have their own vertical vegetable garden. Since a vertical garden does not require much space, almost in any urban environment we can actually build one. During the rest of this video, I will be teaching how to build your own vertical garden using only materials that will be very available or recycled materials. For this particular project, we will need a 4x4 8-foot tall pole, 16 2-liter bottles, screws, especially screws that are good with wood, a pot, some strings, and some kind of soil medium, or actual soil, or wood clippings, whatever you want to use, spaghetti tubes, or emitters, and an irrigation system. So the first thing you need to do in order to build your own vegetable garden or vertical garden is to dig up a hole 2 feet down into the ground. Once you got that, you're gonna put this pole in there, and after you put this pole in there, you can actually collect and put this pot over there. So the pot will basically be the foundation of this pole, so the pole doesn't fall down. Once you have that, you can paint all these 2-liter bottles and cut them in half. That's gonna be your potting. It's basically a recycled material that we're gonna be using in order to build up this vegetable garden. After we have that, we basically, and this is just gonna be your option, we're gonna measure where we're gonna put these pots. Once we got that, we use a screw to actually glue this pot together in here. After we got 4 or 16 pots in that pole, basically we just use the medium or the soil we want to use. In this case, we're using soil, but you can actually look for some pine clippings or some coconut fields, and you can actually put it here. So the purpose of this vertical garden is that the irrigation system is gonna be watered in these top pots over here, and that water flow is gonna go down from this pot to this pot to this pot to this pot until reaching the actual big pot on the bottom. For that, we have this irrigation system connected here with spaghetti tubes. If you don't have access to an actual irrigation system on top, you can always just use a hose and connect it, and then just have your irrigation system on the top of your vertical garden. So basically, you don't need to have an actual irrigation system up top. You can always use a hose and connect it to your irrigation system. With your vertical garden, you can always use this big pot and actually plant other plants over here. Bigger plants should go always on the bottom part, smaller plants should go on the top, and plant that needs more sunlight should always go on the top, and plant that doesn't need that much sunlight could go in the bottom part. As you can see, there's multiple ways that you can actually build up your vertical garden. The one I show you here is using recycled materials. Here is using pre-manufactured materials. Both ways are okay, and both ways are the same concept. Water is gonna come on the top pot, and then the flow of water is gonna go down, and then it can irrigate all the plants that are on the bottom of this big pot. So this system specifically is an outside vertical garden, so we don't have that much control of the temperature or the humidity. We are just inbound of what we got in our place or in an urban area. In indoor vertical farming, we can control almost everything. In this case, we can control something. I'm using white paint for a specific purpose. The white paint will basically reflect sunlight, and it will make something more bright in the area, so pests, when they fly through here, they will get annoyed and they won't reach your plants because of that reflection of that light because of this white color. So you can always decide what color you want to paint your pots, but I strongly recommend to use white paint because of this reflection of this light, which is gonna help your plants not get that many attacks from other pests. There's other options that we can actually use in our house in order to do any kind of vegetable garden. We can use an elevated raised beds. We can use potting plants in order to actually grow and make sure that the pH we want in here is the correct one. We can actually use raised beds. Depending on what material, we can use blocks, we can use other type of cement or other kind of blocks, or, as I just discussed it, we can always build our own vertical garden. With the increasing urbanization and population, the need to produce crops in smaller spaces is increasing. Vertical farming is a solution that many farmers are adopting in order to grow crops even in highly urbanized areas. As homeowners, we can create our own vertical garden using available materials or recycled materials. Here in Polk County, you can contact us calling us at 863-519-1041 or visit our website or our Facebook page. Hopefully, this video will help you understand what vertical farming is and how you can take advantage of this technology. This has been Luis Rodriguez, Small Fry Agent here in Polk County. I'll see you on the next video.